Nsppdians, if you're ready like I'm ready, look at this great God that's never tired of releasing the strange acts that leave men mouth agape. Just in case you're in doubt, look at what he did.
Nsppdians, what God cannot do
does not exist.
Alright, my name is Victor, and this is my lovely wife, Peace, and we're recording this testimony from Dublin, Ireland. Joining this altar has been one of the best gifts of our life, and has been from one level of abundance and blessings to another. I joined this altar towards the end of January 2023 this year after the whole fast, and I was sad that I missed the fast. And then you kept on declaring we should write our evidence and we'll bring it to the altar. And so I wrote my evidence on a sheet and been believing God for career breakthrough. And so I wrote my congratulations on a sheet. And on the 20th of March, you said we should lift up our evidence sheets and then we should wave it. And then you prayed over it and you said, Abba, let the breath of God enter into all the evidence sheets and let it become a reality. And you also went on to say that whatever it would take for this evidence sheet to become a reality in less than 24 hours, let it be so. And to my greatest surprise, towards the end of the day, about 5 p.m. of that day, I got a call from an international number. I picked reluctantly, and then it was the best news that I've ever received, because I received a congratulations message offering me a position at one of the companies that I applied to. And then from that day, it was just back-to-back testimonies. And then before then, I wasn't really in good terms with my babe as of then. But then after that, I introduced her to the altar, and then
from that day, that was the beginning of we experiencing God's hand in the relationship. It became the relationship the relationship that was worth it. And on the 3rd of May, Papa, at about 7:38 a.m., you said that the Lord is perfecting your career and your marriage plans. Papa, we did our traditional marriage on the 13th of May. On the 16th of May, we did our court wedding. As if that was not enough, on the 23rd of June, Papa, the work permit that is needed for us to apply for our visas came through. It was approved. On the 24th of June, Papa, the following day, we did our white wedding in the church. We were gloriously wedded to the glory of God. Papa, moving forward, waiting for our visas and the application. August, Lord, Papa, you were just speaking to us. You said God is settling immigration issues. Papa, even on the 18th, you were more specific. You said any delayed celebration, let it arrive your house. It will not exceed 78 hours. Papa, God did it. Papa, God did it. And God gave us a birthday gift, a Papa's birthday gift. On the 22nd of August 2023, we received our evidence. Papa, our visas were approved together. After his number was my number. Back to back testimony. God is faithful. Papa, you said that we will not just see our evidence, we will hold it. And Papa, we have held our evidence and we are in our new. Thank you so much, Papa. The Lord bless you.
We're grateful, Papa, and may God continue to bless and increase you on every side, for what God cannot do
does not exist.
I joined Streams of Joy last year. I'm a worker with the protocol team, and we all have our needs. So one which was peculiar to me was my career. So I always wanted to go global, So at the time, I was praying about this. And then I had multiple dreams where I would see Papa teaching me how to pray. This happened more than once in different settings. In church settings, he would tap me on the back to pray. I'll be tired. He would tap me again to pray. I'll be tired. Some other time to be in his living room with people that look like disciples, about 12, 3, teaching us how to pray. And I didn't understand what was happening. So jokingly, I called my sister one day and said, look, other people are saying Pastor Jerry and he's giving them appointment letters. He got to my turn. He's teaching me how to pray. I don't understand what is going on. That kind of, but I just continued praying. I started seeing myself pray more than usual. One morning after Nsppd, I just dozed off for some reason. And that period, Papa was praying about revelation. In my dream, I saw Papa just place his thumbs on my eyes. From that day to today, I've been having unusual insights. My life has never remained the same. During the 21 days of this year, when we were praying about our career, that day I prayed so fervently because it was very important to me. We brought a symbol of what we do for living, as we normally do. On that night, I had one of the strangest dreams I had. I just had Papa's voice in me, telling me to speak about your family. Every ordinance that's placed over your life and the life of your family member should be broken. I said those same words in the dream. Unknown to me, I saw a non-academic staff of the university where I graduated from, my first degree in Nigeria here. So he just took me. I was asking me, where's my degree? Even me, I didn't even know why I was asking him, because I graduated about 10 years ago. I didn't even know why I was asking him. He just took me to an office. There were lots of people there waiting. Behind, in the office, there were iron bars. I saw these iron bars. I touched it. It was real. But I didn't know it was a dream until I woke up. Then he went inside, they spoke to them, and they just looked at my file, and they brought my degree and handed it over to me. Immediately I came out of that office and I woke up. That same week, I was headhunted from one of the international organizations as a director. That same week, one of the multilateral organizations, which I applied for about 2 years ago, they called me to come and work with the vice president at the headquarters. So I just, and then another organization called me for a series of assessments. After the assessments, they came back and told me that I was overqualified for the position, that I should go for a higher one. To be specific, this is the World Bank from Washington. So I just want to say...
Take it easy. They did not hear you. It is World Bank. Say it again.
It was the World Bank from Washington, two of them focal persons. So I just want to say thank you, Lord, for this amazing grace that we have here. Beyond this career open doors, I think what was more important to me is the fact that God is showing me his ways, and through Pastor Jerry, and I'm seeing things that I don't see before. I see things before it happens. I just want to say thank you, Lord. I came down to just testify, because I'm not being in the country because of the position. So,
What God cannot do does not exist. My name is Oladolutina, and beside me here is my lovely son, Olamide. It all happened on the 12th of September when we were in Nsppd. Papa said, all of us should go on our knee and touch the earth and speak to the earth that we will not bury and we shall not be buried, and will not bury any of our loved ones.
Oh, yeah, hear me as I hear the Lord. You will not swallow my body. You will not receive my body or the body of my loved one. This Embamota, if you believe it, shall fire.
And I prayed that prayer as if I will not pray again. And before you know it, my son said he wants to make himself comfortable in the kitchen. I said he should go. I refused to go to work that day. And before you know it, I heard his sound. When I get to the kitchen, it was another story. This boy was on the floor. He was not breathing again. I ran everywhere to call people for assistance. I was not seeing anybody to assist me. So I ran inside the room. I took my mantle, the 3 mantles. I put one on the face, one on the hand, and the other one on his leg. And I prayed as if I would not again. After 1 hour, 30 minutes, that is when I see somebody knock my door. And they said, what happened? When they saw him, they said, we must take this boy to the hospital. That's how we left home, Pastor Jerry, 216. And immediately we left that 216, the hospital we went to, they refused to collect him. The first hospital, second hospital, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, the 7th hospital. The man has said, okay, we will collect this, we will assist you on this boy, but we don't have the space to keep him, but we assist you. Then they now refer us to Army General Hospital at Siaba. That is where we went to. And I was crying. I tell God, I say, God, if truly I'm a child of God, I'm a bona fide child of Pastor Jerry Eze on altar of fire, you must answer me. This boy must come back to life. So by the time we get to that hospital, as they bring this boy out from the ambulance, he said, Mommy, I need water. I said, yes. God of Nsppd, you have done it. Then the second day, which is on the 13th, Pastor Jerry said, if there is any issue about your child that is making you to sad, Go on your nail. Mercy will reverse it.
Whatever that is making the spirit cry over their children, their heart sour over their children, let it be reversed by mercy.
I go on my nail. I pray. I thank God that mercy reverse this God back. And in the evening, doctor said they saw bacteria in the brain, they gave him different kind of things. I was not bothered because I knew that hospital is a place where they don't ask anybody before they give you naming ceremony. They will do it willingly without calling anybody to come and sing or clap their hands. I did not bother because I know that it is settled on the altar of fire. And on the 14th, that is the third day, Pastor Jerry said, every bacteria in the brain will reverse by fire.
They say there's a bacteria that is eating up your brain. If you are the one, put it on the live stream. There's a bacteria eating up your brain. If it is you or your loved one, put it on the live stream. About the power that raised Jesus from the dead, let it be reversed.
And I thank God that I hold on it. And later, Pastor Gary said, call your name. You will sing a new song before 24 hours. And you will not tell the same story. I say on this boy, I will not tell the same story. God, you have already done it. And in the evening, Pastor Gary, guess what? We were discharged. They discharged us. And they said, we should come back on Monday. We went for another test. They said we should come back on Monday to come and see whatsoever the result they want to give. I said, okay, like what Pastor Jerry used to say, that what they see before, they will not see it again. They did not see it, Pastor Jerry. God of Pastor Jerry, bring this boy back to life. This boy came back from university for holiday. What will I say? I say, devil, you come at the wrong time. On this altar, my God is heavy. What God cannot do does not exist. Pastor Jerry, I say thank you.
My name is Folakemi. I'm recording this testimony from Maryland, United States of America, and I want to give God all the glory for what He has done, for He has done what no man can do. About 2 years now, I noticed that my period became so irregular, and whenever it comes with so much pain, and it was rushing so much, it gulps out with blood clots. And when I'm taking my bath in the bathroom, sometimes the blood clots will be coming out, and it was so scary. So I decided to go and see my PCP, and she recommended that I should go and see a consultant, a gynecologist, about it. So I scheduled an appointment and I went for it, and the gynecologist sent me for a scan, a pelvic scan, and a womb scan. So they did the scan, and the result came out, and he called me to inform me that I have cancer of the uterus. This was so scary, and I called my husband, I told him about it, and we started praying about it. I decided to bring it to the altar of prayer, the only place that I know. I believe God. I trusted God, even though I was scared, but I trusted God because I believe that what God cannot do does not exist. Then the gynecologist sent me for another biopsy. He said he wants to know the extent at which the cancer is and all that. So I scheduled an appointment to go for the biopsy, but out of it, because this happened in August, which was close to my birthday, and I said, it was Papa's birthday to come in, so I said, I'm not going to spend my birthday in anguish, in bitterness, in sadness and all that. So I said, I'm going to reschedule this appointment till after my birthday. So I scheduled it towards the end of August, and to God be the glory. When the result came out, they told me that there was no cancer. Pastor Jerry said, how would you shout? I shouted. shouting. I was driving on the highway. I pulled over and I ran out of the car. I ran to the front, to the back, shouting, what God cannot do does not exist. What our God cannot do does not exist. To the extent that a policeman pulled over and asked me, is everything okay? I said, yes, everything is okay. What God cannot do does not exist. He smiled and went back into his car and drove off, So I just wanted to say, thank God for Pastor Jerry's life. Thank God for answering this call. Thank God for all the effort you've made. Thank God because of all the declarations that were coming from the altar of fire against cancer. I was receiving it, and I thank God that today I am a testifier of indeed what God cannot do does not exist. Thank you.
See what the Lord has done. See what the Lord has done. What we waited for has come to pass. See what the Lord has done. What God cannot do does not exist. My name is Elizabeth and I am making this video from the United Arab Emirates. I'm here to thank God for His goodness upon my life. I'm here to return all the glory to Him. We got married 2019 and we were so excited, planning to start our family. And early 2020, I got pregnant, lost the first pregnancy, got pregnant the second time, lost it, got pregnant the third time, lost it, with no medical explanations. And after that, I was unable to conceive again. My elder sister, Madam Ketchen Obi Mary, God bless you. She introduced me to this platform. She kept sending me the link. She kept telling me, just be praying. We must carry our evidence. But there was one time Pastor Jerry said,
I see angels, particularly, carry multiple babies. Anybody desiring to carry their own baby, at the sound of your amen, carry your multiple babies. Today shall be about multiples. Take your twins, take your triplets, take your quadruplets. I said take it.
And we received twins. And what my husband did is that he brought us 2 teddy bears. These 2 teddy bears, we gave their names. We said they were our twin babies. We gave their names. We said one is a girl and one is a boy. Late December 2022, there was one time Pastor Jerry still prophesied. He said, even though you are menstruating, you are pregnant.
Even though you are seeing your menses, you're already pregnant.
So I just believed the word. And then in early this year, 2023, January 7th, I got up one day and my husband just told me, I think you're pregnant. And I said, are you sure? He said, yes. So we took the pregnancy test. It was positive. We went to the hospital the following day to do a blood test, and then the doctor confirmed we are pregnant with twins. From that time, I just knew that God has given us our heart desires. The pregnancy journey was a very, very challenging and difficult one, but we kept trusting God. At the end of it all, I had my babies. So we are here today to thank God for blessing us with these beautiful bundles of joy after 4 years of trying. Indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. We have our complete evidence. Nothing missing, nothing broken. We have baby Israel who is a girl and baby Israel who is a boy.
Israel who wrestled with God and man and won.
Hallelujah. Indeed, what God cannot do does not exist. Thank you, Pastor Jerry. We pray may the oil on your head never run dry.
My name is Jacqueline Ufoma, and I give this testimony from Lagos, Nigeria. 28th of May, I woke up to this monster that wanted to come destroy my life and my family. So I woke up that day to a lump on my left breast. I was devastated as a human, but somehow my faith was strong about it. I went in for a mammogram and he said there was a lump. I went in for a biopsy. He said it was suspicious and I was advised to take out the lump. I went in for the procedure to take out the lump. And I recall on that day because I was talking to the doctor while he was doing the procedure, And he said he needed to cut him way into the breast tissue so that, he will eliminate if there was cancer around it, so that they will know the extent it had gone. So he did that. 1 week after the result was out, and he called us to say that the lump was found cancerous. The doctor said at this point, we need to take out the breast because the cancer has already entered into the breast. We had to leave the hospital and go get registered in a cancer center here in Victoria Island, Lagos. On that day, we saw the oncologist. She went through the documents, asked me what I've done, and I told her. So she first of all said that I had already made a mistake. That normally, with a lump scene, you don't go immediately to take out the lump. You don't you go through some form of treatment before you take out the lump, but we had already done that. And again, she said, because the surgery point of the lump was in healing, it had given way, and it was already smelling, it was already decaying, so I had to do dressing every other day. They said they needed to know the kind of cancer it was, so they had sent the lump for an immunochemistry to know the kind of cancer, so that they would know the kind of treatment I was going to undergo. So on that day, the oncologist called me. She said, okay, the lump came back saying you have triple negative breast cancer. But while this was going on, every word concerning breast cancer, I held on to it.
The help of the Lord is visiting women with breast cancer. Women with breast cancer.
And I recall on the second, on the third, I was still in the hospital. Pastor Jerry said, you listening to me from that hospital bed, I sent angels to discharge you. Oh, I said, oh, this is for me. This is for me. I'm going to be discharged. I'm going to be discharged. And towards the end of that prayer, he said, you will no longer be called a cancer patient. I knew it was signed, sealed, and delivered. That was for me. I left the hospital the next day, and days after, I went back to the hospital. I saw the oncologist. She said she had been trying to reach me. The oncologist said I needed to go through a CT scan so that they would know how far the cancer had spread. And I said, okay. The next day, I went in for a CT scan. Before I went into the machine, I asked the technician if I could go in with my handbag and my mantle. And she said, yes, she's also an Nsppd. And she echoed with me what God cannot do. And I said, it does not exist. I went into the machine and I told Jesus to go with me. With the result the next day, I saw the surgeon. The surgeon looked at it, he smiled. He said, lucky you, madam. The chest is clear, the lungs are clear, every other part of your body is clear. We did a surgery on you and took out 10 lymph nodes just to be sure how it has spread. And the results shows no tumor is seen in the breast parenchyma and in the lymph nodes. And the conclusion said no remnant tumor. Who would have done this? Jesus. And today I proudly say, what God cannot do does not exist. Pastor Jerry, thank you for teaching us how to pray. That even in the battle, we stood strong. Even in the fear, we stood strong. Even in the fear that men brought before us, we told them that God had already dealt with it. And Jesus dealt with it. What God cannot do
does not exist.
What God cannot do
does not exist.
On this altar, we live, we go nowhere.
Nsppd, celebrate the Lord. Celebrate the Lord, celebrate the Lord, celebrate the Lord, celebrate the Lord. As you are celebrating, your own testimony is coming to you right now. Can somebody give the Lord a loud shout?